JEE May 22 Jan Shift 1 question. C vector be a projection vector. B vector is given. A vector is given. Mod of A plus C is given to be 7. Then area of the parallelogram formed by the vectors B and C. So we have written what is given A vector, B vector, projection of B vector on A vector. It is a projection vector. So B dot A divided by modulus of A into the unit vector along the direction, that is equal to A cap. Now this is equal to, we can write it as B vector dot A vector divided by mod of A vector into, we know that A cap is A vector by mod of A vector, or can be written as is equal to B vector dot A vector divided by mod of A vector squared into A vector. So I have written directly B dot A divided by mod A whole square into A vector. Now B dot A will be is equal to B vector dot A vector. So lambda into I into I cap. So we get that is equal to lambda plus, there is no j in A vector, so 0 plus 4 into 2 is 8 divided by mod A whole square, that is A vector is given I plus 2j plus 2k. This is equal to A vector. So mod of A will be 1 plus 2 square plus 2 square, which is equal to root of 9. So here mod of A square, this is mod A, we want mod of A square, so it gives us 9 into A vector, that is nothing but I cap plus 2 j cap plus 2 k cap. Now this is equal to, we have got lambda plus A divided by 9 into I cap plus 2 j cap plus 2 k cap. Now next, difference of A vector and C vector. Now A vector plus C vector will be is equal to lambda plus 8 by 9, lambda plus 8 by 9 plus 1 into I cap plus 2 times 2 into lambda plus 8 by 9 plus adding 2 into, we get j cap plus 2 into lambda plus 8 by 9 plus 2 into k cap. This is in the LCM and simplifying. I can write A vector plus B vector. Now I want mod of A vector plus C vector, which is equal to, taking the components, that will be is equal to lambda plus 17 by 9 the whole squared plus 2 times of lambda plus 17 by 9 whole squared plus 2 times of lambda plus 17 by 9 the whole squared. Now this is equal to, let us see what is the question given. Mod of A plus C is equal to 7. So I equate this mod of A plus C is equal to 7. So mod of A plus C is equal to 7. So mod of A plus C will be is equal to 7 square, which is equal to 49. 17 by 9, that is lambda plus 17 by 9 whole square, denominator is 9 square into, I get here 1 plus 2 the whole square is 4 plus 2 the whole square is 4, which is equal to 49. Now this implies lambda plus 17 the whole square divided by 9 square into 9 is equal to 49, or this can be written as lambda plus 17 whole square is equal to 49 into 9. Taking square root, we get lambda plus 17 will be is equal to root of 49 is 7, root of 9 is 3, which implies lambda plus 17 is equal to 21, or which implies lambda plus is equal to 4. So we got the value for lambda. Now we write what is the value of C vector. So substituting this value, we get, therefore C vector will be is equal to 4, lambda is 4, so 4 plus 8, 12 by 9, which is equal to 4 by 3 into I cap plus 2 j cap plus 2 k cap. We have written the value of C vector. Now we have found what is C vector, what is B vector. B vector from the question is lambda I cap plus 4 k cap, where B vector will be is equal to 4 I cap plus 4 j cap k cap. Now components of B vector, that is 4, 0, 4. Now components of C vector, which is equal to 4 by 3 into 1, 4 by 3 into 2, that is 8 by 3, and 4 by 3 into 2, that is equal to 8 by 3. Now simplifying this determinant, we get value for B cross C. Area of the parallelogram with adjacent sides B vector mod of A vector cross B vector is the formula. So we have found what is B vector cross C vector. Now we find what is mod of B vector cross C vector, which is gives us the area of the parallelogram. Now this is equal to root of 32 the whole squared plus 16 the whole squared plus 32 the whole squared divided by 9. Now we take 16, 32 can be written as 16 into 2. So simplifying, we get this is equal to root of, so now this is equal to 16 into root of 9 divided by root of 9, which gives us area of parallelogram with adjacent sides B vector and C vector will be is equal to 16 units. The next question, A and B are two unit vectors such that the angle between them is pi by 3, lambda A and plus 2B and another vector are perpendicular to each other. Then the number of values of lambda in the interval is given. Yes, how many number of values are there in the interval we have to find. So first what is given? Given the angle between the two vectors A and B is given to be pi by 3. So we know that cos of theta will be is equal to cos theta. Theta is pi by 3, which is equal to A vector dot B vector by mod of A vector mod of B vector. Now the A and B are two unit vectors given. So mod of A mod of B is equal to 1. So we get A dot B will be is equal to cos pi by 3. Cos pi by 3 is equal to 1 by 2. So A vector dot B vector will be is equal to 1 by 2. Now given that these two vectors are perpendicular, so now we can write, since the vectors are perpendicular, lambda A vector plus 2B vector, dot product of both the vectors are 0. So dot of 3A minus lambda into B, which will be is equal to 0. Now opening these both brackets, we get 3 lambda plus A vector dot B vector into minus lambda squared plus 6 minus 2 lambda will be is equal to 0. So taking the dot product minus lambda square, 6 minus lambda square plus 6. Now simplifying this, we get, this implies minus 3 lambda plus 3 lambda minus 2 lambda gives us, which is equal to lambda. A dot B we know is equal to pi 1 by 2. So this is 1 by 2 into lambda minus lambda square plus 6 is equal to 0. Or this gives me, taking the LCM, 2 lambda plus 6 minus lambda square is equal to 0. Now finding the value of lambda, we know that lambda is equal to, using the quadratic formula, minus b plus or minus root of b squared. So here this equation is nothing but is equal to, we get lambda square minus 2 lambda minus 6 is equal to 0. So I get minus b is plus 2 plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac, that is minus 4 into minus 6 divided by 2. Now lambda is equal to 2 plus or minus 2 root 7 divided by 2, or this will be is equal to 1 plus or minus root of 7. Now is equal to some 2.645 etc. So here this is 1 plus or minus root of 7. Now see the interval what is given for us, lambda in minus 1 comma 3. Now taking these values, lambda will be is equal to either 1 plus root 7, 1 plus root 7, or lambda must be is equal to 1 minus of root 7. Now taking these values, root 7 is equal to approximately, I have shown that is equal to 2.645. So 1 plus 2.645 will be is equal to some 3 point approximately equal to 3.645, and lambda must be is equal to some minus 1 point some value. So here the interval is from minus 1 to 3. So here, but both the values does not belong to the interval. So it exceeds 3 and it is less than minus 1. So the answer for this problem will be, there are no values between minus 1 and 3. Therefore, we write the answer, number of values will be is equal to 0 will be the answer for this problem. The next question, position vectors of a vertices of a tetrahedron. Tetrahedron, example of prism or pyramid is an example of tetrahedron. So the vertices are given in the form of vectors A, B, and C. Altitude from the vertex D to the opposite face ABC meets the median line segment through A. So let us draw the diagram. Now I have taken the base is in the form of a triangle with vertices we take to be is equal to A, B, and C. The coordinates of A, B, and C are given. A is 1, 2, and 1. The vertex B is 1, 3, minus 2, and C will be is equal to 2, 1, minus 1. Now the question here, this is vertex C. This is vertex D. What is given in the question? The altitude from the vertex D meets the median line through A. So this is, let us take this to be the median line through A. We take to be is equal to some, this is equal to CF. The altitude from the vertex D. So let me draw the altitude from the vertex to D is meeting the median line segment through A of the triangle meets at the point E. So this point to be is equal to E. If the length of AD will be is equal to root of 110 divided by 3, then the volume of a tetrahedron is given. Position vector of E is to be found. So we have to find what is the AE vector here. OB vector minus OA vector, which is equal to J cap minus 3K cap, and we find what is AC vector. We are going to find what is we want to find the volume of a tetrahedron. So tetrahedron with so area of the triangle ABC can be written as, since the base is in the form of a triangle, we find the area of the triangle, which is equal to half into mod of AB vector cross AC vector. So we find what is AB vector cross AC vector here. So AB vector cross AC vector, modulus of AB vector cross AC vector will be is equal to root of 25 phi squared plus minus 3 whole square plus minus 1 whole squared, which is equal to root of 35 units. Now we find what is volume of a tetrahedron. Volume of tetrahedron is equal to 1 by 3 times base area into height, which is equal to 1 by 3 times of base area. So 1 by 2 into, we know area of the triangle will be is equal to half into mod of A cross B. So that is 1 by 2 into root of 35 into height we have to find. We don't know what is the height. Given that area, volume of the tetrahedron from the question will be is equal to root of 805 divided by 6 root 2. Now simplifying this gives us 1 by 6 times root of 35 into h will be is equal to root of 805 can be written as root of 35 into 23 divided by 6 into root 2. So root of 35 on both the sides, 6 goes off, which gives us the height will be is equal to root of 23 divided by 2. Height of the tetrahedron is given to us. Height is nothing but the value of D, the vertex, the altitude from D to E. The altitude given to us is equal to DE, which is equal to root 3 by 2. Now, from the diagram, we see that here the magnitude of AD is given in the question. Now this point, this A, E, and D forms a right angle triangle. So we can use the Pythagoras theorem to find the value of AE. From Pythagoras theorem, we can write in triangle ACD from the diagram. AD squared is equal to AE squared plus DE squared. AD squared is given in the question. AD squared is given in triangle ADC. AD squared is equal to DE squared plus AE squared. We have found the value of AE. So this is 110 divided by the value of AD given in the question is root of 110 divided by 3. So squaring we get that is equal to 110 divided by 9, which is equal to AE square plus DE square. DE value is given to us root 23 by 2. So that is equal 23 divided by 4, which implies AE square will be is equal to 110 divided by 9 minus 23 divided by 2, which gives us AE square is equal to 13 divided by 18, or which implies AE value will be is equal to root of 13 by 18. So we have found what is the value of AE. Now we have to find AE vector here. So we know that AE vector is equal to mod of AE. AE vector will be is equal to mod of AE, magnitude of AE vector into the unit vector in the direction. This is AE vector. Now F is the midpoint from the diagram. From the diagram, we see that F is the midpoint of B and C. So minus 1 minus 2 divided by 2, which is equal to minus 3 by 2. So we have got the midpoint of B and C, which is equal to F here. So unit vector will be is equal to the unit vector AF. Now this is equal to, therefore I can write this as this is equal to A coordinates of A. We know what are the coordinates of A. A is given to be 1, 2, 1. Now taking the values after finding AE, the distance of F and A. So given to be 3 by 2 minus 1, which is equal to 1 by 2 I cap. 2 minus 2, 0. So plus 0 j cap. Next, minus 3 by 2 minus 1, which is equal to minus 5 by 2 into k cap. AF is a unit vector, so divided by its modulus value, that is nothing but is equal to 1 by 2 whole square, which is 1 by 4 plus 25 by 4. Now I want AE vector here, so AE vector is equal to mod of AE vector into AE vector, which is equal to AE modulus value will be is equal to root of 13 by 18. So that is root of 13 by 18 into I cap. 1 by 2 is common for both the terms. Let me take outside. So that is 1 by 2 into I cap minus 5 into k cap divided by this value is root of 26 divided by 2. Root of 26 by 2. So it gives me 1 by 6 times of I cap minus 5 into k cap. Now this is AE vector. Moving to the question is find the position vector of E. Position vector of E, we want to find the value of OE vector now. OE vector, we have found only what is AE vector. So to find OE vector will be is equal to. So OE vector can be written as AE vector is OE vector minus OA vector. So OE vector is AE vector plus OA vector. This value what we have found is AE vector. So plus the vertices of AE vector components of A vector, that is nothing but the vertex A will be is equal to 1, 2, 1. So that can be written as I cap plus 2j cap plus k cap. Now taking the LCM, this gives me 1 by 6 plus 1, that is nothing but is equal to 1 by 6 can be taken outside. So 1 by 6 times of 7 I cap plus 12 j cap plus k cap gives me the position vector of E. Question is to find only the position vector. The next question point, A divides the line segment joining P and Q internally in the ratio R is to 1. If O is the origin and an expression is given, find the value of R. So here the line A divides according to the question. So A divides in the ratio R is to 1 and coordinates of P and Q are given. We know the section formula. If A divides the line in the ratio R is to 1, A into OA vector will be is equal to R into OQ vector plus 1 into OP vector divided by R plus 1. So we can write the components of A vector. So the components of A vector will be R into OQ. So 5R minus 1. So 5R minus 1 into I cap. So 5R minus 1 divided by denominator is R plus 1. The next coordinate will be is equal to 5. See the coordinates of Q here 5, 5, 10. So that will be 5R. P coordinate is minus 1 here. So minus 1 divided by R plus 1. The J component will be plus 2 divided by R plus 1. Now I want to find the value of OQ. dot OA. So taking phi outside, we can write it as OQ dot OA. OQ dot OA will be is equal to 5 into 5R minus 1 divided by R plus 1, 5R minus 1 divided by R plus 1. So here this can be written as, I can write it as 10 times of 2 into 5R minus 1 divided by R plus 1. 5R plus 1 divided by R plus 1. Now, this can be written as, gives me this is equal to 5 divided by R plus 1 into 30R plus 2. Now, the expression from our question is OQ dot OA minus 1 by 5 mod of OP cross OA whole squared. So here we want OP cross OA value. So OP cross OA will be is equal to I cap, J cap, K cap, components of OP and now OP cross OA value, we have found what is OP cross OA. Now from the expression given in the question, we want 1 by 5 times of OP cross OA whole squared. This is equal to 1 by 5 times of mod of this value. So mod will be 20 squared into R squared. See 20 by 20R by 2R plus 1, 20R by 2R plus 1 squaring minus becomes positive. So I can write it as 20 square R square divided by R plus 1 the whole square into 1 plus 1 the whole square, that is nothing but is equal to 2 square. Now this gives me is equal to 160 into R by R plus 1 the whole square. We want to find the value of OP dot OA minus 1 by 5 times of mod of OP vector cross OA vector whole squared, which gives us OP dot OA value is here. So that will be nothing but is equal to 5 divided by R plus 1 into 30R plus 2 minus 160 into R by R plus 1 the whole square gives us the value to be is equal to 10 from the question. Divide the equation throughout by 5 and what we get 30R plus 2 divided by R plus 1 minus 32 into R divided by R plus 1 the whole square will be is equal to 2. Now 0. Now again simplifying, we get 4R square minus 28R is equal to 0, or this is equal to 4R into R minus 7 is equal to 0, and R is equal to, we get 0, 7 and R cannot be 0. Therefore, your answer will be is equal to R is equal to 7. What is the question? We have to find the value of R and we have found the value of R is equal to 7 here. The next question is a very simple question. The position vectors of 3 vertices of the triangle are given, and if the position vectors of orthocenters and the circumcenter of a triangle are given respectively, find the value of alpha plus 2 beta plus 5 gamma. So what all is given as 2:1, where O denotes the orthocenter and C denotes the circumcenter. So orthocenter given from the question will be is equal to P plus Q plus R divided by 4. P vector, Q vector, R vector divided by 4, and the circumcenter is given to be from the question alpha into P vector plus beta into Q vector plus gamma into R vector. This is what given here. Now G is the centroid of the triangle. We know the formula to find the centroid of the triangle. So we can write here OG vector will be is equal to 1 into P vector plus Q vector plus R vector divided by 4 plus 2 times of alpha P vector plus beta into Q vector plus gamma into R vector whole divided by 1 plus 2 using the section formula. You know that OG vector is equal to the sum of the vertices divided by 3. So I am going to substitute for this OG vector now. OG vector adding OA, OB and OC. So we get a 4P vector minus 5p vector. This we get this is equal to, which implies 2 times of 8 alpha plus 1 plus 8 beta plus 1 into q plus 8 times of gamma plus 1 into r will be is equal to 4 times of right hand side. That will be is equal to the next side, that is 4 times of p plus q plus r. Now equating the like terms on both the side, coefficients of p vector. So equating the like terms of both the side, we get 8 alpha plus 1 is equal to 4. Similarly, we get 8 beta plus 1 is equal to 4. 8 gamma plus 1 is equal to 4. Now which implies alpha will be is equal to 4 minus 1, which is equal to 3 by 8, and beta will be is equal to 3 by 8, and which implies gamma also will be is equal to 3 by 8. Our question is to find the value of alpha plus 2 beta plus 5 gamma. So that is, now this is equal to alpha is 3 by 8 plus 2 into 3 by 8 plus 5 times of 3 by 8, which is equal to 24 by 8, which is equal to 3. So therefore, alpha plus 2 beta plus 5 gamma will be is equal to 3. The next question, given A vector, B vector and D vector is equal to A cross B, A dot C is equal to mod C, then mod of C minus 2A whole square is equal to 8, angle between D and C is equal to pi by 4, then this expression is equal to. So given A vector, B vector, and it is given that D vector is equal to A cross B. A cross B, we have found what is A cross B. Therefore, we say that D vector will be is equal to minus I cap plus J cap. We don't know what is the value of C vector. Therefore, I take let C vector be is equal to some xi cap plus yj cap plus z times of k cap. But given in the question, A vector dot C vector will be is equal to A vector dot C vector is equal to how much modulus of C given. So A vector dot C vector is equal to modulus of C vector. Now I take the dot product of A vector and C vector here. So take equal to modulus of C, which gives me this is equal to, which implies cos of theta will be is equal to 1 by modulus of A vector, which is equal to 1 by modulus of A vector, we know will be is equal to root of 3. So cos theta is equal to, we get 1 by root 3 now. Next, what is given in the question, given that modulus of C vector minus 2A vector whole square is equal to 8. Applying the property here, this is equal to modulus of C vector square for 4. Modulus of A vector square minus 4 times A vector dot C vector is equal to 8, which implies again this is modulus of C vector squared plus 4 times of modulus of A. We saw now it is equal to 3. So modulus of A, the whole square will be, modulus of A is root 3. So therefore modulus of A whole square will be is equal to 3 minus 4 times of modulus of C vector, since given in the question that A vector dot C vector is equal to modulus of C. So using that, this is equal to 8. Now simplifying this, we get this is modulus of C square. So simplifying this, we get modulus of C vector minus 2 the whole square is equal to 0, which implies modulus of C vector will be is equal to 2. So we have got modulus of C vector is equal to 2. Now given again in the question that D vector dot C vector, we find what is D vector dot C vector, which is equal to modulus of D vector modulus of C vector into cos of the angle between the vectors, which is nothing but is equal to pi by 4. So D dot CC I have taken as xi plus yj plus zk. So this will be is equal to, so D vector from the question, D vector is equal to minus I plus j. So D vector is equal to minus I cap plus j cap. C vector we have taken to be is equal to xi plus yj plus zk. And therefore taking the dot product, we get this will be is equal to minus x plus y is equal to right side modulus of D is root 2, modulus of C is 2 into 1 by root 2. So I get the equation here as x minus y is equal to minus 2. is one equation. Now next, we know that also A vector dot C vector will be is equal to modulus of C. A vector, we know from the question what is A vector. A vector is equal to I plus J plus K. So dot product will give me x plus y plus z is equal to 2 is another equation. Now let us assume that z is equal to 0. If I take z is equal to 0, this equation gives me equation number 2 becomes x plus y is equal to 2. I take it as equation number 3. Now solving 1 and 3, we can find the value for x and y. So solving 1 and 3, we get x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 2. If x and y values are known, we can write the value of c vector. Therefore, so that is equal to 2j. We get the value of c vector. B4 given in the question plus d vector cross c vector, we have found modulus. Now d vector cross c vector will be is equal to d vector. We know the components of d vector are minus I plus j. So minus 1 comma 1 comma 0, and c vector we have found that is equal to 0, 2 and 0. So this will be is equal to d cross k will be d cross c will be is equal to minus 2k. Now, so minus 2 the mod of b cross c. So that will be is equal to minus 2 the whole square, which is nothing but is equal to 4. Now the value gives me this is equal to mod of 10 minus 12, mod of minus 2, which is equal to 2, 2 plus 4, which is equal to 6 will be the answer.